fountain pen, so you can use this in the future. Now, I don't know if you're gonna like this one. It's an extra fine nib, but it's a free pen, so this is gonna be your free fountain pen.
Oh, thanks, man.
Okay, so welcome back. This is the last episode of Straight Off the Ballpoint. This is episode 7, I believe. And I'm here with yet another guest, the same one y'all have probably already seen, my friend Moseri.
Yes.
And pretty much he's going to be trying 5 different fountain pens today. Well, 4. This Papermate ballpoint, the Pen BBS 308, this Lamy fountain pen, this Platinum 3776 Century, and then for the main course, a Pelican M600. Forgot the name there for a second. So Moseri, could you tell the guests just something really small about you really quickly?
My name is Moseri. I go to school with Wes. We met in ROTC, and we are bros.
We are. Alright, so with that, we're going to jump into the video and make this really quick. Alright, so the first pen he's going to write with is the ballpoint. And we're going to see his reaction.
Alright, here we go. Alright, it's really nothing new or special. Glides on the paper. This is good paper. It really glides pretty well. Okay.
So Moseri, what do you think about the pen? We heard you with your comments, but overall, what do you think so far?
I mean, it's a good pen. I would write with it any day. I would definitely take this to lecture. Really, nothing too special about it though.
To lecture? What lectures? So you're in college?
Yeah, microbiology classes is usually what I take. Take physics and chemistry too, but I'm not good at that shit. I kind of no. But
I don't think anyone is.
I would take this to a biology lecture any day.
Okay, so the next pen he's going to be writing with is the Pen BBS 308. It's a fountain pen from China. Now this has a nib on it, which is really what makes it so much more different. Now can you just twirl it around a little bit? To the camera, Moseri.
Oh. I need that. It's beautiful, right?
Yeah. Alright, so now he's going to be writing with it. Let's see what he thinks. Alright, you're good.
Okay.
Alright, so you guys can see he's writing with the quick brown fox jumps. What are the other words, Moseri?
Over the lazy dog.
Now, why are you writing that sentence?
Because I believe it contains every letter in the alphabet. I think that's why people write this sentence when they're testing out writing utensils.
So it contains 28 letters?
I don't know. I'd have to count. But
Well, sir, there's not 28 letters. I was trying to see if you would catch it.
Well, there's 26. But,
there you go.
Alright.
Alright, Moseri, so what do you think so far about this pen? Your first experience with writing with a fountain pen?
It's definitely a little bit different. Imagine a regular pen, except when you push down on the paper, the tip kind of bends a little bit. Like the tip is sort of flexible. It definitely gave somewhat of an interesting feel, and it's a little bit more satisfying to write with, especially if you have the right kind of paper like this. It's like a beautiful pen though. It'll definitely catch a few eyebrows if you bring this to class, I feel like. But
honestly, that's why sometimes I bring it.
Really?
I really want to. It's a conversation starter when it comes to girls and stuff.
Okay. He's trying to flex on everybody who doesn't have this kind of pen.
I mean, yeah. Okay, something I forgot to mention also is the first pen that he used. This pen had a fine nib on it, and the nib. This piece right here is a nib, and it's pretty much gold plated, but it's probably not gold plated. It's from China, so it's probably fake. But maybe it's not fake. I don't know. But there's a double broad, and pretty much when you get into broad, that means it lets out more ink, as you can see right there. It lets out more ink. And then when you start getting into medium, it starts getting the ink line starts getting smaller. And fine, there's extra fine, and there's ultra extra fine to where it's very thin lines. And you'll see that whenever we get to the other following pens. So the next pen you're going to be using is a Lamy. That's from a German manufacturer. They've been in Germany for a while. And this one has a medium nib on it. Now let's see what he has to say about this pen. Oh, most sorry. Just make sure you stare into the camera, okay? Because last time you were kind of looking here and then me. So like stare into the camera, you're speaking to them. All right, so it's live right now. Well, sorry, tell us what you think about this fountain pen.
So it definitely had a different feel from the last one. I do like it. The main difference is that this one kind of writes almost like a marker, not necessarily a pen. I don't know if that maybe just is due to the ink that was put in it, but or maybe the, what's this called again?
The nib?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe if that's a difference in the nib or just a difference of the ink that was put in it, but it doesn't slide as much. It actually grips the paper a little bit, somewhat more of like a tiny, like fine point marker would do. It's a good feel though, and I would also recommend it for lecture. Not physics or chemistry, I don't like that, but biology for sure. I would recommend that for a biology lecture.
So I guess what you're saying is kind of like it has a thicker line width is what you're saying, or just... Yeah,
it is thicker. Yeah, maybe that is part of what I'm trying to say, yeah.
Oh no, you said it 100%. So the next fountain pen that he's going to be using is the Platinum 3776 Century. Now this one's straight from Japan. Now a thing you will see in also the fountain pen world is, I'll hand you the pen now. It's also called the Bourgogne color. Now a thing you'll see in the fountain pen world is nibs are widely different. So in the Western Europe, a fine nib will be like, in Western Europe, a medium nib will be like a medium nib. But in Japan, the Asian market, a medium nib there will be like a fine. You know what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
So a medium in Western Europe might be a medium there, but in Japan, their medium nib will be a thinner line. That's what you see when it comes to these pens. So that being said, we're gonna get down to
So this pen, it immediately surprised me because as soon as I opened it, the nib was like really wide and fat and it had a beautiful design. So I thought that was pretty cool. Then when I started to write with it, I noticed that the ink was purple. That kind of surprised me at first, but you know, whatever. And as I was writing with it, it has a funny feeling. Like it's rough on the paper, but it still glides across it. Sort of like a ballerina on ice. I don't know how to describe it, but that's sort of what it was like.
that was a good analogy, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I like it. A ballerina on ice is how that fountain pen and that nib feel. Okay.
It made me want to write in cursive, just the natural feel of it, because I wanted to flow more, because it's like a ballerina, I guess. I don't know, but like I kind of wish I knew how to write cursive well, because that would have been even more satisfying to write with this pen. By far my favorite so far.
So what I'll tell you about a little bit more about this fountain pen, Moseri, is there's this term people use in the fountain pen world. There's a lot of terms, just like the military, and it's called feedback. So when you get a lot of feedback from that pen. I feel like you can feel the paper in the notebook, but it's still smooth, but it's not that smooth because you can feel the pen touching it. Which is why that's a fine nib, but it's more like an extra fine to European standards.
Okay.
All right, so the last and final fountain pen. This is the one I got in Greece. You can check out the video. I'll link it up above. This is the Pelikan M600. This is a German fountain pen maker also. And we'll see what he thinks about it. Moseri, can you give us a smaller twirl this time, a slow motion one?
Sure.
Moseri, like twirl the pen around.
Oh, twirl the pen. I thought you meant like how I write. Okay, my bad.
Honestly, such a beautiful pen.
Good design on that. Pretty cool.
All right, so Moseri, what'd you think of the Pelikan?
It was a good pen. It feels like a really fine, but a little bit more smooth Sharpie marker. Like it's very smooth on the paper. You don't get a lot of feedback, I guess is the pen term. But the feel is very smooth. Like I love it. Like I felt like I could write very fast with it and like uninterrupted by like any, stumbling with the pen. If the teacher was talking at like 1,000,000 miles per hour, then the Pelican, it's for you. It's a pretty good pen though. What was it called again?
It's a Platinum 37.
You're gonna write it?
Yeah, bro. Alright, you can read that, right?
What does that say?
Ignore that, it's a P.
Okay.
It was a shitty P, so I started it again. Alright. Okay, so we've reached the ending of him trying the fountain pens out and the one ballpoint. So Moseri, you gotta tell me, what was your favorite pen and what was your worst pen today?
So my favorite pen today was probably the Platinum 3776 Century. I just love the way it feels. You get a lot of feedback from the paper. I feel like a professional businessman when I write with it, no matter what the context. Love this pen. Probably like the least favorite pen. Ooh man, it's probably just the cheap and average one.
Well, real quick to stop you, that pen right there was $2.
$2?
So I mean,
Okay.
you don't really have to do anything with price. Just
Right.
what makes you feel like you got it.
It's about how the way you feel, not the price. That's a good point. Probably the least favorite was just the paper mate, the Ink Joy Gel 0.7. It just, I don't know, man. It wrote this line right here. It was kind of average. It didn't really pop out that much. It just felt like every other pen I've used before. It's not bad. It's just nothing really special about it.
So I guess the biggest takeaway from this video and from him trying fountain pens for the first time is that pens can have so much personality. They can come with so many different ink colors and just so many different things you can really do. And also, I forgot to tell you, Moseri, you can actually take the nibs off of the pens and swap them out, depending on if they're the same size.
Okay.
So if you didn't like the fine nib on that one, you can swap it out for an ultra extra fine or a medium. And there's a lot more nibs you can actually research into that. Now, forgot to tell you with this fountain pen, the Pelican M600, it has an extra fine nib on it also.
Mm-hmm.
But this is more like a fine because this is from Germany. That's from Japan.
Right.
Which
so
is why that line is a little bit thinner, even though it's just a fine, not an extra fine.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what we always do on this show, Moseri. I don't know if you really paid attention to the other videos, but this is where I'm going to say you can ink up this pen with this pen right here. This Wing Sung, this is a pen from China, the Wing Sung 3008.
Wow.
And what we do on this thing is I try to be like Oprah, and this is where I'm going to give you a free fountain pen so you can use this in the future. Now, I don't know if you're going to like this one. It's an extra fine nib, but it's a free pen, so this is going to be your free fountain pen.
Oh, thanks, man.
Is there anything else you'd like to say to the guests before you leave?
Just want to let you know, put more thought into what kind of pens you buy because it will surprise you. I guarantee that.
That being said, we're out.
Hey.